Hey guys, how y'all doing? In celebration of the recent announcement of Pokemon Legends ZA and us getting Mega Evolutions again, I thought it'd be best to rank every Mega Evolution we have had in Pokemon so far, from my least favorite Mega Evolution to my current favorite Mega Evolutions. These Mega Evolutions will also include like Primal Kyogre and Groudon. So, without further ado, let's begin. So starting this list, we have Mega Lopunny. Now, I'm not a big fan of this Pokemon, just because once Mega Evolved, I feel like this Pokemon didn't do anything too amazing. Sure, a new design, and now being a normal Dark-type Pokemon, but overall, this Pokemon did not get anything I would consider too outstanding. Next Pokemon I'm going to consider at number 49 is Mega Audino. Mega Audino for me had the same problem. This Pokemon's still the same. I wouldn't really use it in my team for a fight, with now just adding a Fairy type to his name, and now become a normal Fairy type Pokemon. Mega Audino just doesn't come across as somebody I would rely on on an important battle. Sure, maybe, they could get some hit here and there, but definitely not ideal when a boss fight comes our way. The next Pokemon on the list for me is Mega Sableye. So in this form, he's a dark ghost type Pokemon, and honestly, his design for me looks really lazy. In his Mega form, he's now holding a gem in front of him like a shield, but I wished he became more like his design was more like emphasized, more like people actually tried more on his design, because just holding a big ass gem in front of him doesn't really do much for me, and like it felt like the design was really rushed. Next we have Mega Kangaskhan. Now Mega Kangaskhan has no major difference as well. The only difference, design wise anyway, is not that the baby is out of the mother's pouch and is fighting alongside her. And sadly, just staying a normal type Pokemon really sucked. I really wish they changed Kangaskhan to probably a normal fighting type Pokemon, so it could deal more damage and have some fighting moves to its test rather than just being a plain normal type Pokemon. So following Kangaskhan, I'm going to put Mega Manectric as the next Pokemon on the list. Sadly, Manectric has the same issue as Kangaskhan, where he only stays with one typing, which is electric, and his design to me doesn't look that great. His image now just embodies a big lightning bolt as a body, and finally becomes one with lightning, and his appearance, if you can see from the image, shows that, but honestly, nothing too great. The next Pokemon on the list I'm going to put is Mega Beedrill. Sadly, Pokemon didn't do too much with Beedrill as well. In his Mega Evolution form, he looks almost identical to his main body, but his arms and needles are much sharper, as well as his stinger. Looks a little bit more deadly and a little bit more reformed, and of course he keeps his bug poison type thing, but overall, he's nothing too special in my opinion. Next Pokemon for me I'm going to put on the list is Mega Altaria. Once Mega Evolved, the Pokemon now becomes a Dragon Fairy type, which is nice, because before it was a Dragon Flying type. However, its appearance once Mega Evolved does lack for me. The Pokemon just looks like a big ass duck cloud with a lighter shade of blue and a longer tail. Nothing too impressive for me, but hey, I think I do like him a little bit more than some of the other ones. The next on the list I'm going to put is Mega Glaggly. But appearance wise now, he has the black holes he had before, to now a rocky looking beard, and now what I would call it the 5 horns now, like for each side, one in each corner of his face, and one in the forehead. Sadly, he only stays as a pure ice type Pokemon, which kind of sucks because he doesn't really get a different typing change. It would have been cool if he had like something as ice fire type, so he wouldn't really be 2 times super effective to fire and fighting. Maybe something, yeah, but like I said, something like ice and fire, maybe ice and fighting, probably would have been better. Well, next on the list, I'm going to put is Mega Aerodactyl. And honestly, this dude just looks plain ugly. I don't have much to say about him, but his design-wise doesn't look like it was really perfected too well, and staying as a flying rock-type Pokemon, or becoming a flying rock-type Pokemon, doesn't really like put that much emphasis on. He's someone I'm going to use on my team. Now, following his ugliness is Mega Pinsir. Once Mega Evolved, Pinsir now has open wings, which can flap like a beetle, which now he becomes a bug flying type, but Mega Pinsir does become better than he was before, but Mega Pinsort right now just does. I wish he didn't have bug flying as a thing. I mean, it makes sense because he's a bug. He opens his wings now. He becomes a bug flying. But I wish he had something more as like maybe like some like a bug steel type, just for the outer coating. Now the next Pokemon I'm gonna put is Mega Diancie. Now, if you remember Diancie, this Pokemon was shown during the X and Y series and in their movies. Diancie is a rock fairy type Pokemon. Though sounds cool in some degree, it follows for me the same suit as Audino. It's not a Pokemon I feel comfortable putting on my team. And this Pokemon being a legendary and seeing its Mega kind of disappointed me. Now, the next on the list, which is number 39, if you guys are keeping up, I'm gonna put is Mega Slowbro. Mega Slowbro stays as a water psychic type Pokemon because appearance to me is very lackluster. It's honestly just the thing on his tail just kind of swallowed him up, and now he and his tail is one. The next Pokemon I'm gonna put at number 38 will be Mega Camerupt. Now this dude is so ugly to me that he's not even strong even after Mega Evolving. Being 4 times super effective to water moves, the guy will be surfed away like paper. I really wish he had more of a different typing or something, or maybe more coverage in some way, because being four times super effective to water moves, it's kind of a bummer. Following that, I'm going to put Mega Sharpedo. Design-wise, he doesn't look too different, and the only thing he grew was probably yellow markings on his body. If you look at it more close, it kind of looked like he obtained the curse mark, but only yellow. Next, I'm going to put is Mega Pidgeot. Now, I'm so sad Mega Pidgeot stayed the same, a normal flying type Pokemon. I wish he had a flying dragon type. That would have made him more deadly, or just anything other than normal as a second typing. I mean, no matter how much he looks like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan to me, it wasn't enough for me. Sorry. The next Pokemon I'm going to put is Mega Ampharos. Having a pretty cool typing now, being Electric Dragon, and looking like a Fabio in Pokemon, he does look like an elegant Pokemon to be complimented. Now this Pokemon is actually something I really like. Having him Dragon Electric type is an amazing typing for Mega Ampharos. Next Pokemon I'm going to put is Mega Mawile. Now once Mega Evolved, it now becomes a Fairy Steel type Pokemon. Not a very bad typing, but appearance wise, the only difference is now like he has 2 mouths instead of 1. Now next, I'm going to put Aggron. Now Aggron looks like more bulky now. But I am disappointed that he's stuck with a steel type. But I will say like his design does look pretty cool. But staying steel kind of like doesn't give him any durability to fire types. Maybe steel rock, steel ground probably would have been better. The next Pokemon I would put is, they're going to be both on the same tier for me. And this one would be Mega Houndoom and Mega Tyranitar. Now both sticks with the same typing, but the only change appearance-wise is their spikes on their body becomes more pronounced and noticeable. Nothing too special in my opinion on their Mega designs. Next we have is Mega Steelix. Once Mega Evolved, Steelix is the same, but appearance-wise, he has more of like a floating rock around his neck, and his spikes are more pronounced on his body. And he keeps the steel ground typing from before. Following that, it will be Mega Absol. Man, does this Pokemon look really majestic. Like really, really majestic. As majestic as Mega Ampharos. But for me, he still suffers the effect of he looks cool, but is limited to just being a dark type. I kind of wished he would have been maybe an ice dark type Pokemon. I thought that might have been cool to see. But sadly, he just stayed plain dark. The next 2 Pokemon this time that I will consider on this list for me is Primal Kyogre at 28 and Primal Groudon at 27. Now both legendaries keep their typing, but the main reason I put them so low on the list is because their primal form isn't that different. For me, the only big difference is that they made their lines on their bodies brighter, which is honestly nothing too special for me. And even if they're all legendaries, I want to put them in a higher standard because obviously they're legendaries, right? I expected more out of them. Next is Mega Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir has an elegant looking puffy dress and now becoming a Psychic Fairy type Pokemon. She does have dual typing now, but for me, she lacks in the design that it looks too basic. Like, the only thing probably they did was just probably expanded her dress, but I wish they'd done something more to her. The next Pokemon on the list is Mega Gallade. Now, she looks cool. Her Mega Evolution looks more like a superhero with a cape and long horn. For me, she definitely does stand out more than Mega Gardevoir, so that's why she's higher on the list. Next, I'm going to put is Mega Gengar. Once Mega Evolved, man found a way to open his third eye, and fists are more flat. I'm pretty sure you don't want to get hit by him, especially now that he has his third eyes. There's no way you can see through him. My next one is going to be Mega Venusaur. Once Mega Evolved, it looks like he now upgraded his with more leaves as a decor. It has more grass features on his body, like the pink petal on his forehead. Even at number 23, he's still a really good Pokemon to use. Like, there's nothing wrong with him. He could have been higher on the list, but we're getting to the point where now, like, the 20s are like more of like, you have to work up more up there. The next one I have is Mega Sceptile at 22. Once Mega Evolved, he becomes a Dragon Grass type Pokemon, which I think is dope as fucking shit. And there's a move where I think his tail becomes a missile when attacking, which is very nice to see. I forgot what that move is called, but I'll show you to you via video. But like that's awesome for Sceptile. But the next Pokemon I'm gonna put is Mega Abomasnow. Now this Pokemon looks cool once Mega. He is now on all fours. It looks pretty menacing with all the spikes coming out of his body. The next Pokemon I'm going to put on the list is Mega Mewtwo X. In this form, he becomes a Psychic Fighting type Pokemon. So he's not just pure Psychic anymore. And in his new form, he looks more bulkier. So it seems to me that he can take more attacks than his normal form. Now on the next list, number 19, which is probably very controversial, I'm going to put is Mega Charizard Y. Now to me, this Pokemon is very iconic, but even Charizard can't escape the fact that his Y form looks pretty cool, with having more of a sharper and slim body. He's definitely boosted up the regular form from his regular Charizard form, but sadly for me, he doesn't have a chance. He doesn't have a chance in his typing, where he just stays the same as a flying dragon type. So for me, he does become cooler looking, has better stats, but overall, I wish he had a little bit more. Next on the list, I'm going to put is Mega Alakazam. Now, once Mega Evolved, Alakazam stays as a pure Psychic type Pokemon. But design-wise, I do love his magic spoons being able to hover around top of his head. It adds a little touch to him. I think this is one of the more exciting designs I've ever seen. Next I'm going to put is Mega Latios and Latios at 17 and 16. Another Pokemon I'm going to group up together because these two legendaries are super cool. Not only do they become a Dragon Psychic typing, but their appearance makes them look like actual fire jets, ready to blast the skies. But the reason why I'm keeping these two as the same Pokemon, the same tier, because they're basically the same Pokemon. They Mega Evolve to basically looking like the same thing. So next Pokemon I'm going to put is Mega Medicham. Now once Mega Evolved, he looks like one of those people who can tell the future, especially with the thing on his forehead. His typing stays the same with fighting Psychic, but his design for me definitely does look pretty cool. Next, I'm gonna go with Mega Bennett. And I honestly do think this design is scary cool. Bennett, once Mega Evolved, looks like a scary Pokemon that is one Pokemon that I would not want to meet in a abandoned house. Because if I were to get jump scared by that, I would have peed and done stuff to my pants. Alright guys, we are coming down to the last 13 Mega Pokemon left to rank. God. And these Pokemon all possibly can be number 1. But here we go. At number 13, my next favorite Mega Evolution is Gyarados. Once Mega Evolved, Gyarados becomes a dark water type Pokemon, and his design looks pretty cool to me. His whiskers are more longer, he has a more red, I would say, scales now, and has a giant ass fin. Mega Gyarados looks like one of those ancient Chinese dragon in ancient lore. Pretty dope. Now following Gyarados, I'm going to put is Mega Blastoise. Once Mega Evolved, he's still a plain water type Pokemon, but he now has 2 cannons. But now he has not just 2 cannons, but 3 cannons. one on each arm and one in his back. So triple threat now. Next I'm going to put is Mega Blaziken. I think he was the first Mega ever introduced, which is pretty nice. Though he keeps his fire fighting type Pokemon, once Mega Evolved, he does get this huge ass buff in firepower and has a more fiery appearance to his body, which I think he probably looks the coolest out of all 3 Hoenn Megas. So we're down to the final 10. So now with these final 10s, honestly, I would have used any of them on my team of the six Pokemon team, and honestly as well, any of them could have been number 1. So starting at number 10, I'm going to put Mega Garchomp. Damn, does he look good. I mean, look at his claws. Sharp as hell. He would destroy any of his opponents with those dual blades. I honestly can see why Cynthia loves her Garchomp so much. I mean, he looks like a beast. Following that, I'm going to put Mega Scizor. Though he keeps his same steel bug typing and becomes 4 times super effective to fire moves, his designs look so cool with those 2 meaty claws, and those claws looking that they can shoot like cannons out of it. I couldn't not make him in my top 10. Next, I'm going to put Mega Mewtwo Y. Now this guy looks like a goddamn alien once Mega Evolved. His body becomes smaller, and looks more agile, and to me, he looks more smoother than his normal form. You can say he looks kind of smooth brain. At number 7, I'm going to put Mega Lucario. Now, he's a very strong steel fighting type Pokemon, and his appearance now has like red paws, sharper I would say needles on his arms and legs, and a majestic black with red tips floating hair. At number 6, I'm going to say Mega Heracross. Now, Heracross to me has always been my favorite bug type Pokemon, and with him getting a Mega Evolution and a new design that makes him look more bulkier and sharper, and looks like he can tank more attacks, he's definitely a Pokemon I would want on my team. At number 5, I will select Mega Rayquaza as my next Pokemon draft pick to use on my team. With another legendary getting a Mega Evolution and a new typing of Dragon Flying, Mega Rayquaza not only looks like a dragon set only in ancient folktale stories, but his design looks so badass with those yellow whiskers and a sharp crimson chin. Rayquaza is a Pokemon to look out for. At number 4, my Pokemon draft pick will go to Mega Metagross. Once Mega Evolved, Metagross now hovers and has like 4 legs pointing outwards and has a sharper claw and like huge X mark on his face. He's someone I would want on my team. At number 3, I'm gonna be putting Mega Swampert. I mean, come on. I like Mega Swampert a lot. He follows what I want in a Pokemon. He's not just bulky as fuck, but also strong on the offensive end as well, causing both serious offensive damage and great defensive protection. He's what I call a two-way Pokemon if I've ever seen one. Finally, we are down to our last 2 Pokemon. And you guys can probably guess what the last 2 is, if you guys have kept up. At number 2, I'm gonna say Mega Salamence. Once Mega Evolved, he looks like a giant dragon jet, much like Latios and Latios, but his wings has a more crescent moon shape to it, which I adore a lot, because the look looks like something you can just looks like a fighter jet. I don't know how to say it. But finally, if you made it up to this point, and honestly, not surprising to me, and probably cliche as hell, but Mega Charizard X. Mega Charizard X was something many fans wanted for a super long time. A Charizard that, I don't know, guess can both be fire and dragon type. One of the most, I would say, iconic Pokemon has now a form so many fans desired. And the design of Mega Charizard X did not disappoint. With a blue and black color design, with the blue symbolizing that his flames, I would say, are at the hottest point, and his power greater than ever, he has now become the Pokemon I have desired for a long time. Though I think he may not be the strongest Pokemon, or the strongest Mega Pokemon at all, he's still one of the most strongest to me and the most iconic Pokemon we have had. Oh god! Alright guys. One of the longest videos I made in a while, but I guess I wanted to make this to rank every Mega Evolution we have currently, And eventually, we are going to get more with Pokemon Legends ZA, and I'm really excited for that. And oh my god, if you guys have made it this far, and I know I have like made some fuck up here and there, but if you guys have enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe button, because this video took me a long time to make and edit. Let me know what your guys' thoughts on Legends ZA, and what are your top 10 Mega Evolutions. See you guys later.